What's the 411? You, my friend, are a very competent person. You have held on to your sanity with dignity after going through some very, I would say, estranged times where you were supposed to come out deranged, but you kept yourself aligned and arranged. Okay, there are some rearrangements taking place for you right now. I was also getting something about gyros and the Mediterranean Sea that is important right now. Also something about jets, something about horns, the seven sirens, the seven angels, something about the year of the dragon is important. We are in the year of the dragon, so this is definitely a time for you to activate your throat chakra. I'm also hearing something about leap year. This is also leap year, so the year of the dragon for leap year, like we're literally doing some type of quantum leap right now. Some of you may be becoming more aware of the quantum realm. You may start seeing orbs, angels, fairies, all of that. But the year of the dragon, this year you want to stay open to learning, okay? Open to expanding and creating charisma within your character. Avoid being domineering. Do not try to power trip or power over others or anything. The most power that you can yield and wield in this time is power that you empower from within. Okay, so try not to be temperamental. Okay, remain temperamented. Have temperance, y'all. And stay away from being self-centered. Okay, that will lead you away from being gullible and naive. Okay, also something that leads you away from being gullible and naive is being open to learning. Know that you can learn from every person, every place, every situation and thing. All right, do not think that you always know best, because we don't. And speak your truth with confidence, okay? I feel like you're a very goal oriented person and you're going to recognize different levels of your power. I'm also getting something about you being very idealistic, okay? Very romantic this year. You are a visionary, a leader, and you have a keen sense of self. And because you have a keen sense of who you are or who you want to become, this is why it is important to learn how to admire yourself. Okay, give yourself some affection. Also, you guys could be learning how to give admiration and affection to other people. There's something about you that's very vigorous, or you have a lot of vigorous talents and gifts that need to be expressed. Okay, you may be called to take a lot of leaps of faith this year. But even if your faith is only the size of a mustard seed, that faith is going to take you a long way, okay? You go further when you do things the right way. I'm also getting the Garfish totem, the GAR Garfish totem. And this talks about having the power of the Holy Spirit, or being a channel of the Holy Spirit. And this can be achieved by remaining vigilant. Okay, some of you are really learning how to remain spiritually vigilant, physically vigilant, mentally vigilant, emotionally vigilant, okay, psychologically vigilant. All right, you are also holding yourself in a high regard, and this is causing you to be highly revered. Okay, I'm also hearing respect. Okay, some of you are putting some respect on your own name, and everything else has to follow suit. All right, and I feel like there's something about your strength and your perseverance that is very outstanding, because the garfish it mostly lives in fresh water, but it can survive in salt water environments. So I feel like there's something about your adaptability in difficult times. In difficult times, your adaptability makes you a crucial source of sustenance for other people who may be experiencing drought and famine, whether that's physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, so on and so forth. And metaphorically speaking, like, you are allowing your dragon fire to blaze, okay, with wisdom, courage, and good fortune this year. You are going to discover that you hold a lot of powerful healing powers. Now, 444 on the clock. The garfish is also used for jewelry and pottery and traditional cultural clothing in the Native American cultures and the Aboriginal American cultures. Okay, the Aboriginal American energy is very strong. You may be connecting to your heritage and your culture during this time. Something about heritage and culture is important. I'm also getting with the garfish, like you inspire a lot of mystery and wonder into those that encounter you. It's like they can't quite figure you out because you are more than just a figure of someone's imagination, okay? You are receiving admiration and respect, and you do have very distinctive, fascinating physical features. There's something about you that's very alluring and alarming, but in a way that is like, you're just this fascinating creature. Some people may wonder, like, are you like completely human or are you mixed with like alien or something? I don't know. And maybe it's because your skills, like you spend a lot of time honing in on your skills and gifts, or this is the time that you are. I'm also getting something about May and Gemini season. You're going to be spending a lot of time reaping the benefits of spending time like really perfecting your craft and your abilities. And I also feel like you know how to refine yourself, or you're very refined because you have learned how to navigate a lot of turbulent waters, meaning your emotions. You have actually learned how to control your emotions more, and this is making you even more attractive, okay? And it's also helping you to overcome obstacles that once would have been a blockage for you. Now it's a stepping stone. So you're turning blockages into stepping stones. Your beauty and your physique, your handsomeness is very striking, and you are very enchanting in a way. You have a very remarkable, brave aura to you, and this is what really helps you to stick out. I'm also getting something about a court case or courtship, okay? Um, Also something about please, something about cease and desist. I'm also getting something about this time right now. You could be avoiding temptation and not being led astray, as I was getting from the herring fish totem. That was the last totem that I shared with you guys. And it's like having the strength and the courage to be resourceful and avoid temptation and not be led astray from your own intuition. So you are trusting yourself this at this time and adhering to physical and spiritual laws, and I feel like you're very interconnected and reaping the benefits of healing. 7:37 on the clock. I'm also getting something about you stepping into your alchemy energy. Yeah, I was also getting something about traits. Like you have a lot of different traits that come from your bloodline, your heritage, your culture that are very peculiar, okay? Or you add a very peculiar touch to the things that you create, all right? Or you set a lot of different trends by setting a lot of different tones and the habits that you create habitual connections to, okay? I'm also getting something about drawing. If you like to draw or paint, that's something you should definitely spend more time doing. But yeah, there's something very distinguishing about your character. I'm also getting something about genetic conditioning. Like your genetics are on a different wavelength, okay? The polarity of the wavelength that your genetics are vibrating on has an oscillation that is vibrationally on a higher level than what's norm. So you are here to set the tone higher, to raise the frequency higher. So don't be afraid to step out of the box. Don't be afraid to turn the box into a cubicle on top of a cubicle. Don't be afraid to be the alchemy that's an architect, okay? The alchemist architect, okay? I feel like you are aligning with a lot of different realities. Like I said, you are tapping into the quantum realm, tapping into your power. So make sure you are spending more time meditating, drinking more water, as I'm trying to stay on top of that. 909, and closing out things that need to go, okay? 911, I feel like you are emerging out of a certain karmic cycle that you definitely overcame. And congratulations, because it's not easy to overcome karmic cycles, and you are setting the tone and setting the trail ablaze for those who are following you, okay? And you are a leader. You are not just here to be ordinary. You are here to be extraordinary. So I'm here to tell you that the 411 is you are a little bit extra. You are a little bit more. You got a little bit more pizzazz. You're all that and a little jazz. So be a little bit more extra.